another recipe. Today we're making another cheesecake, but this is a no-bake pear cheesecake, sugar-free. So we start with half a cup of chopped dates or raisins, and we're gonna be soaking that in a quarter cup of hot water. So we have to leave this soaking for about 10 or 20 minutes while we do the rest. So now we start making the filling. We need 1 pear or 1 apple, and it should be very ripe and very sweet. The sweeter the better, because this is gonna be the sweetness of our filling. So we need to core it, seed it and peel it, and we put it in a saucepan with 200 ml of water. And it's very important that you measure the water, because that is the water that we're gonna continue using in the recipe. So we have to leave it cook until it boils, and then we reduce the heat to the minimum. And we have to time 5 minutes, and then we switch it off, and that's it. That's all the cooking we're doing, because we need to keep the water. So that's why you shouldn't let it cook for 20 minutes, because all the water will evaporate and we need that water. So now going back to the crust, we need to process the date with a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and we're gonna have this date paste. If you can actually find date paste, you can use that as well. And then you add 2 cups of rolled oats, and this is going to be our crust. So it's gonna be very crumbly, and you have to press it with your hands onto a mold. But if it is too dry, you can actually dampen the tips of your fingers and then press it down with that. It is very important that you don't over soak it. Don't use a lot of water, don't spray water, don't pour water on it, because it should be very dry, and I'll explain why later. So now we go back to the filling. So we have the pears and the water, and we're gonna blend this with 1 cup of either peanuts or raw cashews, or whichever nut or seed you have at home. And this is gonna be the cream for our filling. But we need some sourness to it, so we're gonna be adding the zest of 1 lemon. Try to use organic and wax lemons if you have them. And that's gonna give some sourness to it without adding so much water, which is what we would end up with if we added lemon juice. So that is why we use the zest. So we stir that in, and now we have to pour the filling into the crust. So this is where the magic happens. The crust is dry, so it will start stealing some of the moisture from the filling, and that will make the cheesecake set. So we need to leave it to cool and rest for 1 to 3 hours in the fridge, and that way it's going to be ready. See, the edges of the cheesecake are a bit dry, and they look like they have matured a little bit, and that is why all the water is being soaked up by the crust. So now we have to decorate it with fruits. I chose blueberries and raspberries. I'm using frozen because I didn't have any fresh at home, but whichever you have is fine. And you can actually make something much nicer than me, because I'm not great decorating. So that's why I just got your fruit on top. So thank you so much for watching. This is a sugar-free, no processed food recipe. If you want more of these whole foods, plant-based recipes, let me know in the comments, and let me know if you want more of this content. And thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and activate the bell to receive notifications for the next time I upload another video with the recipe. So thank you so much for watching. This is such a nice dessert. It's so creamy and it's so healthy, and it tastes so nice. I'm not a big fan of pears, but actually it tastes very, very good. I can't feel the pears, I just feel the freshness. It just tastes very fresh and creamy, and with the berries, it's just delicious for either summer or spring. And now it's actually fall over here, and it was very, very nice to have this. So look at that texture. It is so nice and so rich. So let me know if you make it, or if you did any modifications, because it's actually a very exciting recipe, because you have so many possibilities to add changes and basically customize it in whichever way you want. So that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Look at that. How nice is that? Thank you. Bye-bye.